specifically a fuzzy kind of distortion kind of pedal. Turns out zombies are really scared of music, and especially rock music with distortion pedals, so what a better time to make one to kill off some zombies. Alright, so how the pedal works, you take your input jack from like a guitar, plug it into the right side, which is the input. Left side is output to like an amp or more pedals if you wish. This knob adjusts the volume of the guitar. This knob adjusts the amount of distortion going through to the amp from the guitar. This is also a pass-through switch. So if you press that on and off, you can either you'll be hearing the distortion from this pedal, or it'll just be sounding like a normal guitar, like this pedal wasn't there. With the switch off. Now, here it is with it on, and max volume and max overdrive. Alright, and we're still on with least amount of overdrive. Nice. And then play the same riff, but I'll do the volume. Okay, so this project started out with an old pedal that I had, but I didn't want. But I was interested in trying making my own, so I took it apart and stole the parts from it, such as the audio jacks, the pedal switch here, and one of the potentiometers. I also took apart my Skill Demo 11 for wires, and also the potentiometer for that as well. I contemplated using Arduino to take in sound and alter it from there, but I thought it would be cooler if I did it all analog. So I learned a little bit about audio during all this. One interesting thing that I learned is that these audio jacks, that this whole band below the black, that's all ground, and then the signal is this tip right here above the black band, and so that connects to these kind of jacks that I stole from the old pedal, and so they're just springs that connect to these, and that's how the audio signal gets through to maybe a circuit board or something. But that was really cool. I also learned how sensitive audio stuff is to different resistors and different capacitors. Trying out different capacitors, I was limited to the amount I had, but they all sounded super different. Bigger capacitors were more higher end notes, and then the smaller capacitors were more bassy kind of notes, which was really interesting. I also kind of messed around with resistance values. I used 2 trimmers to kind of just figure out and dial in which resistance I wanted to use for this. The biggest challenge to all of this was definitely soldering all this together and trying to fit into this box. Using a cheaper soldering iron than we have in the lab, it's very difficult to get a good solder, and then shoving it in this box always disconnected stuff. So I spent at least 6 hours debugging what was wrong with the circuit. Finally got it to work, but then I painted over it, over the original art. And but yeah, even though the project was very frustrating, it was still very fun and definitely rewarding in the end. Sick.